Right, so this is the third part of the object paint tutorial. This isn't really an object paint tutorial. This is about how I use the renders that I did in 3D Studio Max in the last object paint screencast and how I get it into Autodesk Sketchbook Pro. So as usual, I'm going to add a layer on top of the background here. Then I'm going to add an image. So I'm in the wrong folder. Go and add image in S for screencasts. And the first image I'm going to add here is the background. So if you remember that we had this background image. And then I'm going to add on top of that the dots render that I did. Actually, but first I'm going to delete that. Control Z. Okay, I'm going to add it in a new layer because I just forgot to do that. So you add a new layer, and then I'm going to add an image with the dots on it. Now position it so it's exactly over the other image. Let's check it by reducing the opacity. Yes, so that's placed where the two renders were in 3D Studio Max. And then with this top layer I'm going to take it to multiply so we can see through it, and then the bottom layer as well I'm going to take to multiply so we can see through it. Okay, so now here's the original render, sorry, the original drawing that I did in pen and ink, and this is the dots that I just did in 3D Studio Max. Admittedly, it isn't amazing, is it? It's not great, but it's a process of experimenting. I'm going to go back and try to do more with the dots, try to change the colors, try to increase the perspective, change the proxy mesh. This is the whole process of, art and design. You have to keep trial and error. Anyway, I think it still looks good. It does give a feeling of movement. So if we look at this initial one and then the next one, there is more movement perhaps in adding these dots. So I'm going to reduce the opacity a bit, and then I'm going to quickly go to the background, and then again, like in the other Sketchbook Pro screencasts I did, I'm going to quickly paint and do it very quickly again. So I'm going to crop it so I don't have a huge amount of white around me. Crop it again, get rid of the extra bits. So I'm on the bottom background layer, and then I'm going to quickly again do a sky color. Okay, so this is where we can speed things up after the long process in 3D Studio Max. And this is more like traditional drawing or painting, it's more direct. So do it. And as you can see it, the blue is under both the drawing and the dots. Just very quickly. Obviously, the finished version will be a lot more carefully done, but sometimes with art, design, drawing, when you do something quicker, sometimes it's more spontaneous and actually better than if you do it take too much time. Too much time can kill the energy. So that's the blue sky. I'm going to add, I'm not sure it needs much more. I'm just going to add a very light grey for the buildings. Okay, let's add a sort of steel grey. See if that works. That's alright. Just a few dots here and there. And I'm going to add some colour in the streets. Yellow. That yellowy orange that you get on the New York lampposts that I like. If you've seen my other tutorials, that is. So I get this, so it's a nice yellow. Zoom in here, I think I'm going to make that a bit more yellowy orangey. Reduce the size here. I mean, I should have done these on different layers because now I'm going to change the color hue because it's a bit too, the blue is a bit too bright. Yeah, I like that. As you can see, I've made a mistake because the blue's nice now, but then the other colors look pretty bad, so I'm going to have to go over these bits again. Just down here. A few dots here and here. All right. Yeah, okay. So perhaps that's not the best finish, but this is just experimenting, and I'm going to take a look again at this dot layer and re-edit it in Max, have a look at some other scenes, drawing scenes, adding to other drawing scenes, see what I can do for it, perhaps add other layers, different colors. I think it does show promise, but as you can see now, this is it without it, and this is it with it, so it is adding something at the moment. And watch this space, because I'm going to do a lot more development for this New York scene, these New York scenes, and you'll see the process as it goes. Okay, well, thanks for watching this, and again, any comments are welcome, any questions are welcome, and I'll try to answer any. Okay, have a nice day, speak later, bye.